let me check my thing. Hold on. Okay, we're live.
Okay. I just have to hit the record and then we're good on my end. Are you ready?
I am ready when you are, man.
Okay. Three, two, one. Welcome back, guys, to the I Can't Explain podcast. I'm your host, Sam Thone. Once again, gonna keep this intro short and sweet like usual. Got another guest on the end, Alex Hillary, a guy who I used to work with at Kroger before I decided to leave Kroger. Alex, how are you doing on this fine day?
I'm doing good, man. Just surviving during this pandemic thing going on.
That seems like the theme of everybody. Everybody's just trying to get through. I can't believe it's already August. It seemed like just yesterday it was March and I was still working at Kroger. But hey, time flies when you're having fun. And I'm excited for this episode. Alex, you actually approached me because you wanted me to kind of interview you. So yeah, this is basically what this episode is going to be about. I'm going to be touching on a bunch of different things with you because I know you're a gamer. You have your own YouTube channel, correct?
That's correct.
And yeah, we're just gonna jump straight into it. So Alex, so I know you're currently working at Kroger. So how's that been going since I left?
Well, since the pandemic thing, it's hard, like, very limited things on, like, it's hard to get in stock, especially most of, like, toilet paper and, like, paper towels, which now we're back on the limit on that. Especially for toilet paper, the packaging is now the limit's one, and the paper towels are two for
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And then for now, it's gonna be crazy now because we got like a bunch of workers who are like in like college, especially you, and then some high schoolers who are now in high school now.
Mm-hmm. So I know you as a like guy who likes to smile, but I want to get into so what's the worst part of the job in your mind? Because you're always smiling at work ever since I know you, you've been in a good mood. But I want to know like kind of what makes you tick a little bit. So what's the worst part of Kroger in your mind?
I mean, just working like the long hours. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
especially because my legs, like, especially if you're like working like 11 or 12 hours, like even past like the 8 hour shift, you're like my legs are like always tired. Like I could barely stand and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. And then like by the time like I get home like from work, I can still feel my legs in pain. I was like, oh my god, I just need to like rest.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I get it. So have you? So like I want to kind of get. So have you ever thought of leaving Kroger?
I mean, a long time ago, like when I first like when I was like at my old store, um, I about almost left because like when I first like started, like I wasn't even getting like any hours at all. Like one time, like I was being like scheduled like being scheduled like not being scheduled at all because I'm like how am I supposed to be being like making money? I'm like I haven't like had not like a paycheck in like a month.
Hmm. Okay. 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 So how long have you been working at this location?
Like why know I start like what are you talking like my old store?
Or like this store? Because I'm just trying to figure out how about long I've known you for.
I think you know me since when I first came like when I came to your store like December 8th.
Hmm.
That's when I first came there.
But the thing is, I was at school at that time, so
Yeah.
it might have been like January. So what is that? I'm trying to do like math. So like about like 6 months, I want to say.
Oh, that when like were you like there? I mean like well, I mean, because I know, well, it could have been like around Christmas time because I know that's when you guys were like off school, so I could have met
Yeah.
you like around like the end of December.
So December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So that's 9 months. So I've known you for quite a bit of time. So what else? So you're a high school graduate, correct? You also went to FC.
Yep, I went to FC. I graduated in 2017.
Okay, what are your thoughts on FC? Did you like it? Like what's your thoughts on FC as a high school?
I mean, FC like it's let's just say it's just kind of like not like the greatest I
Hmm.
can say. I mean, it's just not perfect because I know like how like their like grading scale is like more strict because I know like a friend of mine who like went to like FC and he went to like F3 with me for like his whole life until like by the time like his senior year, like he was like starting like failing like all of his classes, and
Hmm.
and then like he went to Southport for his senior year, and somehow their grading scale is easy, and he was like making like A's and B's. I was like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could have been making that. I mean, I did struggle like in high school and stuff. That's why I had that IEP thing going on.
Yeah, I personally I agree with you. I think FC wasn't the funnest time for me. Like there's a like a few highlights of it, but other than that, I really didn't enjoy my time in high school. I'm a lot happier that I went to Ball State than I ever was in high school personally. That's just
I must say because I have like few family members that went to Ball State, like my brother and my dad mostly.
hmm.
Yeah, because like right now, like since my brother, since he graduated like Ball State like in like December of 2015, he's like right now, he's right now a teacher. He's right now teaching the seventh and eighth grade now.
Hmm. So have you heard if he enjoyed Ball State or like his opinions on it?
I mean, he enjoyed it, and I'm guessing he like really like worked hard, especially since he's like he even like he was like studying a lot too, and then and plus he was also like had like a part time job like while being at Ball State.
Yeah. I haven't taken a class inside the teachers college, so I don't know how hard they work. I assume it's more difficult than my major. I haven't, and I thought about getting a part-time job while I'm at school, but I just figured it's too much. I'll just get a job after after I'm done with college, and then like
Mm-hmm.
hopefully like by then I can pay for my student loans and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, Alex, you're a even bigger gamer than myself. I would consider you do your own YouTube channel. So, did you? I touched on this last episode. Did you see the thing that Joe Rogan basically said about video games?
No, I didn't say anything about that. What did he say?
So basically, to sum it up, sorry about my phone there. Basically to sum it up is he basically was like video games are really addictive and but basically they're a waste of time because you do all this work, you try over and over, and you accomplish something, but it really doesn't mean anything. And he kind of compared it to jujitsu because that's what he's known for. And like in 3 years through jujitsu, you can basically own your own studio and you can become a professional at it. And like it means something. But in his words, it was like playing video games for 3 years really won't get you anywhere if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I've seen like people like who are like future gamers, like they got into like somewhere, especially like PewDiePie and like
Mm-hmm.
McJuggernuggets and Boogie298, all those others who like done gaming, especially who like live stream like on Twitch or even like on YouTube and stuff like that. They've been making like thousands of dollars, even up to like millions. And then like it's just weird like how they can actually like do that because some people are saying, oh, like you'll never make it like in the future, but somehow these guys like make it in the future. They got like millions of followers, even like subscribers, like on their accounts and all that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I basically said like I felt like video games are kind of like a release for me, and I that's why I do video games. I'm not looking to become a professional at it. It's just something fun I like to do. So Alex, to so I kind of wanted to so is your long term goal to become a YouTuber basically?
I mean, like when I first started YouTube, like when I first got into it, I thought it could be like a fun activity,
Mhm.
especially I want to make videos like just to make them like more viral. Like this is like people like that want to watch this, and of course, as you know, for myself, like I'm already like growing the channel. I have like over 1,600 subs, and I'm just
Okay.
still hoping like because right now I had to get to this. There's like this paid partnership program like for YouTube, and I just checked and it said like the subscriber things. I'm good on that, but I have to have like 4,000 like watch hours of these of my people like to watch it, and they said they'll like send me an email and see if I like qualify for that. So like hopefully, maybe like when I come bigger, because I know like a friend of mine from California named Chazakis, and
Mhm.
he has like over 400,000 subscribers. I was like, I don't know how he does that, especially he lives in California. And then like, of course, I talked to him too, and then of course, I'm hoping like to meet him too as well. But now with this pandemic thing going on, like I would have to like be quarantined there for like 2 weeks before I can do anything. Which of course that's gonna suck. But anyway, that's how like I enjoy YouTube mostly.
Yeah. For podcasts, it's a little bit different, like how they pay. Like you can activate sponsorships. It's like $100 for every like 1,500 like listens, but you have to like activate it. So like it's similar to the point where you have to get enough viewers and enough to actually make some money, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just different in the way they go about it. Like you have to get the amount of watch hours. We just have to get listens or plays, if you want to call it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, I see what you mean.
So to kind of circle back to Kroger, so are you plan? Do you because so are you a lead yet, or are you just still an employee?
I mean, I'm just right now still an employee.
Are you trying to become like a lead or a manager of Kroger in the future?
I'm, yeah, in the future,
Okay,
cause I see it like kind of like as a career for myself.
okay. So are you trying? So is YouTube your main goal, or is Kroger like becoming a manager and whatnot your main goal right now?
I mean, it doesn't matter like either way. I mean, I can try to manage both if I can. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
mean, it might be a lot of work, but I can see if I can try to manage it.
okay. So, do you think it'll ever get to the point where you will have to drop one of those? You know what I mean? So, like, is working Kroger and also maintaining a YouTube channel kind of like it seems like a lot of work, at least from my mind, when I was partially starting up my podcast
Mm-hmm.
here. It was kind of hard managing my podcast and going to work. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, cause I know like, especially cause when I was like, especially when I was like when I like work like 4 a.m. in the morning, then of course like when I get off like at like around noon, and of course I'm always thinking about what video am I gonna do, but then like I don't know what to do, but then sometimes I forget to make a video, and of course when I only get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, like by the time I get home at 12, like since I just get like go to bed like instantly, and sometimes I miss the days where like I just need to make a video just to make up, just for my fans, because especially they want like more videos, and that's what I get asked a lot is was like when are you gonna post a video, or when are you gonna do like another cooking video, or when are you gonna do another list of JEFF1 live stream, which of course it's hard for me to do that like on Sundays since Sundays are always busy, and of course I work long hours and I get like tired easily and stuff like that.
Yeah. I feel like because when I think of YouTube, you have to not only think of the idea, you have to shoot the video, you have to edit the video, you have to process the video and then send it out. So like having that 40 hours a week is definitely kind of limiting on you. And so are you out all scared that like because right now when I look at YouTube, there's so many people trying to become YouTubers. Are you at all afraid that you're I don't know, like not going to make it big necessarily because there's so many people with hundreds of thousands and millions of subscribers. It just seems like that it's kind of hard to differentiate yourself from everybody else.
I mean, because I know well, because there's like some different like advanced settings like these YouTubers have done. Like people are telling me, oh, like I need to do like a nice good old like like a thumbnail, like how they get like creative like on those thumbnails. I need to start like doing that, which of course then of course when I do like the editing, like I use like on my iPad, which is like that iMovie thing. That's what I use
Yeah.
like edit like my videos, make sure like my videos are there, make sure like they're order. Because I always what I do is like when I edit it and then I preview the video before I even upload it. And then of course it takes a lot. It even takes like a lot like a lot of time to like upload it, especially to like when I do like game videos like 30 or 40 minutes. Somehow it takes like same round time, but like an hour like to get that video. I'm like, oh my god, when is this like video gonna get uploaded? Especially when I like using like my devices, like because no, that it even like drains like my battery. I'm like, oh my gosh. Especially when it's time by the time like it gets done in that hour, and I have like 30% like of my iPad or even I use my phone. I'm like, oh my god, it took that much energy to do that.
Well, what's nice about Anchor and like how I do podcasts is I can record a like an hour or two longer thing and it like distributes my podcast in like 10 minutes. So like I record a podcast like I'm doing here. I finish recording, it processes it for 10 minutes and then like it's done. So that seems like wild that it takes like 3 hours just to upload the video onto YouTube.
Yeah, especially because I know like because I know I saw like another YouTube. He goes like on Twitter, which is Kid Behind the Camera. He goes, I like how YouTube is broken when like somehow like I'm trying to upload my video, like he's waiting hours and is already like at 15% like trying to upload. And I said same here. Mine's all right now like at 25%. I've been waiting for like 45 minutes. And then another YouTuber joined, said like almost like the same thing, which of course his channel, which is Lunatic Dad.
Mhm. So you're also a streamer, correct, Alex?
Yes.
So how do you do you equally do YouTube and streaming, or is it just like if you want to do streaming like one day you don't do a video? Like how do you split the time between those two things?
Well, I mean, sometimes for streaming, but like I use like different like applications. Like right now, I'm using like this OBS to like live stream this podcast for like me
Mhm.
and you. And then sometimes I barely get any people to like watch my Twitch streaming, but then also YouTube streaming. I get like more viewers when I start like this list of JEFF1, or if I start like other live streamings, especially like a couple of days ago I did a live stream where me and my dad we went to Putnam Park up in Greencastle, where he got to drive that black Huracan Lamborghini. And I
Okay.
was like
Okay.
showing them like at this. People were like asking like, "Where's this place at?" And I said it's in Greencastle, Indiana. It's like an hour away from my house.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to think. So,
Hold on,
so
give me
do
a
you
second.
think
Hey, give me a second. I'll be back. I gotta let the dog out. Give me a second.
okay.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. You're all good. You need to do what you need to do. So, how do you so do you view cuz I'm trying to think about how to phrase this question. So, do you think streaming's like going to be more prevalent than YouTube in the future? Because right now like I said, we've got all these YouTubers. Do you think we're ever going to switch over to mainly streaming, or is it just going to be like kind of 50-50, if that makes sense?
I would say like probably like 50-50,
Okay.
to be quite honest.
Have you? So I on my other podcast where I do like Max Sports, and I interviewed this guy Ethan Dolan who also goes to Ball State, and he kind of talked about esports. Have you ever considered going to esports? Are you cool sticking with your YouTube?
I mean, I've only like played like EA. Like, are you talking like any type of game like EA Sports, like NCAA or Madden?
I like anything that like is like professional, if that makes sense. So like Rocket League, Madden, 2K, etc., etc.
I mean, because the only games like I would like, because like I, because number one, I never tried Rocket League. I know someone said I should try that, and
Rocket
then of
League is
course,
super fun.
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Then of course, it was like Epic like franchises, which of course, which is like Halo, and of course like other sports like UFC, WWE. Uh, what else? Because I know there's another wrestling company that's supposed to be having a video game for Xbox, PS4, and hopefully
Uh,
hopefully for PC, it's called AEW.
okay.
I mean, like that's why I like those franchises. But then, like I don't know, like the like this other franchise, which of course we talked about it before, like at work, which is Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I forgot my question. So what? So what are you? So what are you looking forward to this year? Is there anything you're like? Is there any game coming out? Is there any goals you kind of have for the rest of this year?
I mean, my goals is um trying to think. Like
Like,
I'm hoping like to
uh,
try like Halo Infinite. Like I'm hoping like for those like games to come out. And then of course I'm hoping like this whole COVID-19's over with. Because especially like sucks about like my one of my favorite movies like that's that's getting like delayed to like next year or even like a second year. Because kind of sucks because I was like looking forward to like seeing those and it just the only thing that's like not getting delayed, which is the Mandalorian season 2. That's like on. I don't know if you have Disney Plus, but yeah, like and then hopefully my other goals is hopefully like I could be able to like travel somewhere. Like I said, like to go meet my friend Chaska's up in California.
what's the movie that got delayed that you wanted to see?
There was like a bunch of movies that got delayed. Like it's Spyro from the Book of
Yep.
Saw, Halloween Kills.
The the one movie I wanted to see is that got delayed is A Quiet Place 2. I don't know if you saw the first one with John Krasinski.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I want to see that second one. I've seen the first one.
And speaking of travel, I was gonna actually go to Italy this summer before this shit hit the fan. And I'll tell you, Alex, I probably would still be working at Kroger if this whole pandemic, because I wouldn't have been sent home, and I would have been probably working starting March. But then I would have had my trip to Italy that would have lasted until June. So I could have dealt with Kroger for probably another 2 months. So
Mm,
like I to be honest, I probably would still be working at Kroger if it wasn't for this pandemic.
yeah.
It's,
I
it's
mean,
tough, man.
it is tough, especially like when this like all first started. Like this whole like the economy is shut down. Like fast food restaurants, you can only get like through like drive through or delivery. Especially like even like the mall was closed. It was like finally open. Like I think around like in the middle of, like April or beginning of May or something. And by the time when I went to the mall, there was like barely places that were open. But then I was finally glad like a month ago, finally like the FYE store, which they sell like movies, like Blu-rays, DVDs. Like I was finally glad that was open. Especially I want to find out like
Wait, you go to DVD stores?
yeah, I even go to DVD, even Best Buy.
What? That seems crazy because you've got do you have so you said you have Disney Plus. Do you have Netflix?
I don't have Netflix now.
What streaming services do you have?
Well, here's the thing. Like my parents have Netflix, but I just don't know the username and password. But I know
Okay.
like the Disney Plus. Then what else?
Mhm.
Then of course the sports
There's
one, which of course WWE, the network. I have that one.
there's Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO, Hulu, um, Peacock that just came out. There's tons of. I'm so like why do you still go to the DVD stores?
I mean because because especially if, like for like movies, especially because you know how in movies they say like plus Blu-ray, plus DVD, plus digital. Because
Yeah.
also because my dad has a Voodoo account, so
Yeah.
like you know how it comes with a co-paper thing where like you can download like those movies. Because especially
Okay.
like he wants those like on those like on like his Voodoo account where like he can like watch them like is in case like you never know like when a disc like gets scratched or like it's like not be able to like watch on like a player or something because one time I had
Hmm.
that happen and I had to throw away that thing and of course I had to rebuy it and it came with a digital and I gave my dad that and he downloaded it and I tried to see if it was like easier like to watch it and it actually was easier to watch it.
Yeah. Before you mention that, because I see the Family Video on Thompson Road, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I always wonder. It seems like I don't understand how it's around, but if people would go to it like you, then that makes sense why it's open because I touched on it last episode. It just seems confusing how it's still open when you've got all those streaming services we just mentioned. You've got movie theaters. Like personally, like I didn't get how it's still around, but people are still going to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alex, so you didn't go to college, correct?
No, I did not go to college.
Let me ask you why. Like I'm just curious. No judgment here. Why you didn't choose college?
Well, to be honest, like I was afraid like I would like hold on, give me a second. Something's going on with my. Oh, hold on. But anyway, the reason why I didn't go to college because I struggled a lot in high school, which of course, then of course seeing like college is like more like advanced in high school. I was afraid like I was gonna be like struggling more. Like it'd be like very like too much stress like on my head. Like trying to like if I start like failing my classes, like it'd be like very stressful. Like just to bring my grades up. But then of course, by the time of that, like they're like, oh, you don't have like any good grades. Oh, like you're not good enough for college. And then of course I had to deal with like a bunch of like debts like in school, which of course it would suck.
Yeah. Okay, I respect it. Like no judgment here. If you choose college, you choose college. If you don't, you don't. So do you? I'm just curious. Do you live with your parents right now?
I do.
So with like you trying to become a lead or a manager, are you? Is there any plans to kind of like move out on your own?
I mean, that's what I'm hoping like to do like after 2020 because I just want to. I'm hoping like to find like a place like this that's like a little closer to work because I know like now it's like getting difficult. Like not right now, it's like getting busy, especially on that the part that's getting busy. It's that four-way stop. Southport and Shelbyville.
Yep.
And now what sucks is like now they're like building like these roundabouts like around
That's
like
what,
township.
Alex. Thank you. People like I stressed on this podcast how much construction just like fucked us up. But thank you for bringing that up. I'll let you keep talking.
Yeah, cause like it's like they've done like a lot like in this area like where like me and you like are at like around this Franklin Township because like it used to be all like farmland even by my
Mhm.
house like on because like now they're like building like more housing like additions and then of course now we have to have like four-way stops. Of course they
Mhm.
started with the one with I know it's Arlington and Churchman, Stop 11 Combs Road, and now they're doing it on Stop 11 Five Points, and then also in 5 Points in Madison. I'm like, oh my god, because now
Have you lived in Franklin Township all your life?
I have yes,
So like the thing that puzzles me is I've been alive 20 years and it seems like they've done more shit in the past 2 years than in the rest of my life in terms of like roads and roundabouts and whatnot. I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if you disagree with me or not, like why they couldn't spread shit out.
that is a good question. I don't know how why didn't they spread it out?
Like because it's frustrating because I tried to go to Greenwood yesterday. I was bored. I wanted to take a drive, so I drove to Popeyes, and I had to like take so many back ways just to get to Greenwood. It was ridiculous. Like Combs is finally now open.
Yeah,
Like, but then they're building another one, and then Post Road is closed, that bridge area thing to get onto the interstate.
yeah. And
So like it's
what was weird like on the roundabout they were doing like um on Southland Combs Road, people were like mostly asking like how they gonna construct it on that like that hill thing, that's right by the like right next to that fire station.
yeah.
People were wondering how's that gonna happen?
I honestly don't know. Like I'm confused by the decisions people make all the time. But hey, we gotta live with it. I've only got two. I've got only surprisingly next week I move. Not this week, but the following week I move into school, so I won't have to deal with this shit for much longer. Oh my god, this
I mean, like
this
they've also like
thing.
made like a lot of changes. I think I forget what's that one elementary school that's like right next to FC. Like I forget what it's called.
Bunker Hill,
No, not Bunker. No, that's
Killy.
not Kit Lee. It's something else called like South Creek. Yes.
Oh, South Creek. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what
that
you're
one.
talking about.
I didn't know. It's like I was like when I was like driving like on Southport Road, I was like, when did South Creek had like a fire station close to them?
I honestly
Like that
don't
was
know.
like out of nowhere. I was like, never seen that before.
And behind middle school, or is it middle school west still? I don't know.
Yeah,
The one on
Middle
Edgewood.
School West is still there. It's on I think it's on I think it's
It's
on
Edgewood, right?
Edgewood. Yes, yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Edgewood.
And behind there, they put in some new like nice like courts, like basketball courts there with like double rims for some reason.
Oh, I'm about to say because like at Middle School West, like when I know like back in 2000, like around the beginning of 2011 when we didn't like pass referendum, that's when they turned it like it was like made for like fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth graders, and we didn't even have a recess anymore during that. And I missed that actually. I remember like that big old basketball court. Then of course behind like the playground where like they had like that running track field thing circle.
Yeah. And what's crazy is they've done a bunch of shit to FC as well. I don't know if it's different from when you put it. Like the turf they put in is new. Like the stadium looks real nice. I think they added some like tennis courts, and like they like redid like the baseball field or something. I don't know. They've
Yeah.
been doing a bunch of shit all over. Like it just seems crazy to me. And yeah, I'm trying to look up if there's
Oh,
anything on Twitter
I'm
going
about to say
on.
because now someone's telling me they go Middle School West is now intermediate school, and they said that now there's no East or West anymore now.
Oh fuck. Damn. When was the year of the referendum?
Like when they did that, I know it was like all I know like when I was still in sixth grade actually. Like it was like in the beginning like of 2011, like the year of 2011 is what I remembered.
If you were in sixth grade, I was probably in third or fourth grade. Because I was the class of 2019, so I was.
So wait, so if I was class of 2017, that means in high school you would have been a sophomore, I believe, correct?
I think so.
I think you were like finishing sophomore. Then of course later on that 2017 you would have been a junior.
Yeah, probably. It's something like that. Something like that.
Cause you
I
said
don't, but the crazy thing is, I don't even remember. Like you probably don't remember me in high school. I don't remember seeing you in high
I
school.
probably don't. like
Yeah,
like like did you like go to West or did you go to East?
I went to East.
Yeah, there's no way I wouldn't remember you because I went to West.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. And the crazy thing is, I don't know about you, Alex, but I'm starting to remember less and less of high school each year.
I know.
It's crazy. Like I can remember like clips and pieces of like certain things, but like high school is like a blur basically to me now.
The only fun times like in high school when I was seeing like a bunch of like school fights.
Oh my god, the school fights at like lunch and whatnot.
I remember like the one time like it was like in Maine. It was like in Maine lunch. I think one kid like took another kid to like grabbed him like from behind and like threw him like back. I think it's called like a suplex. I think kind of move or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. And everybody starts standing going, ooh. And then of course, Mr. Coors and what's that one guy? The assistant.
Terry?
No, not Hoteri. It was like
Kellison?
probably Kelson. Like had to step in.
Oh my god. Who's the principal? Do you know who's the principal there now?
I don't know because I know it's no longer Hoteri.
We like what's crazy is we went from Coors, who's there like 50 years or 40 years or whatever. He steps down. I finished with Hoteri, and then the following year they replaced him with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
And
I
it's
can
so.
look up. I can look up see like who's the principal like of.
Do you know
FC.
like so is I heard like FC's like on a weird schedule like
Yeah,
because I know you.
Yeah, because I was like
Go ahead.
talking because I was talking to like some of the teachers like who like work like because Mr. Howard, who like works in our department,
Yep.
and of course Mr. Good. Because
Yep.
what they've been telling me, they said something about summer classes like they will only go to like FC like I think a couple days a week. And then of course the rest of their classes are online.
What? So are they only going to like class like two or 3 days a week?
I think so. I think it depends on like what type of class it is. Like I don't know if it's like AP or something. It's so weird. Like because like me and you never like had that when this
Yeah.
COVID thing started happening.
Bro, I wish I had that when I was in high school.
I
So
know they like
like go,
because I remember like I know they like done like a lot of changes. Like I know like when we started doing those like Chrome like those Chromebooks like they gave
yeah.
us, but then the problem was they never let us take it home. But there's like other different schools like Beach Grove, Southport, and Franklin Community. They got to take like their Chromebooks like home like with them.
Well, what's different is when like my senior year we were allowed to bring in like MacBooks and whatnot.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah,
just
no, because
different.
I saw like
And
one.
like
Because I saw like
I
one
w-
student like who like brought like his own MacBook when like he was like in my econ class during my senior year.
yeah. And like I would have loved to only go to high school like 2 or 3 days a week. Like I was still working at Kroger my junior and senior year. Like I would have made like a bunch of money, like increasing my hours. Like man, I wish I would fuck high school. Fuck, fuck FC. Oh, it's what all the like why did COVID have to happen during my like college years? Like I was having so much fun, Alex. I don't know about you, like in like be like 2019, like if you like, and then 2020 hits, like all this shit happens, and then I'm just like sad again.
hmm Well, I mean, like I was having like a good 2019 like in the beginning, but like till August, it was not good. But then by the time when I transferred your sir, that's when it kind of like turned around back.
Hmm. And they're requiring to wear requiring customers to wear masks in Kroger right now, aren't they?
Yes, which of course
Yeah, cause
they should have started that like in the first place.
oh my god, you
I'll
have
say
no
because
idea how many times. Like, why are they gonna make us suffer and wear the mask, but not the customers? Like, it doesn't make sense.
But not only that, now like they said, but now here's the thing: like if you're going to like public places, like if you're going to like Meyer or if you're going to a mall, now you have to be required to wear face masks.
And like on campus, I'm gonna have to wear masks basically everywhere except my dorm room. Trying to, like, I'm just curious what like when's the point we're gonna like be done wearing masks? If that
I
makes
know.
sense.
I don't understand like how like even like students like college students, high school students like yourself. I don't know like how you're gonna handle like especially being in a classroom like wearing a face mask. But like to me like it would be like more frustrating. It would be like hard for me like to concentrate like on schoolwork and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like even like if you're doing like classroom like stuff there as well.
Well, the good thing about college is I like right now I have four in-person classes and two online classes. So, and they're like 50 minutes a piece. So like like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I'll be done by like I'll be like from 8 to 11, and then Tuesday, Thursday I only have one in-person class from like 2 to 3. So like it's do you know so is SC requiring students to wear masks?
I I I don't know. Maybe I don't know like what's going on because I've been seeing like a bunch of like because I know like I've seen like bunch of kids like I know like in their elementary or their like kindergarten. I've seen them wearing like their face masks. I don't know if FC is making like students like required to wear their face masks. Like I've been
I don't know.
seeing like a bunch like I've seen like a bunch of like people like posting like about it like on the Franklin Township chat.
Oh, the alumni thing?
Well, no, it's just, like the Franklin Township chat is like on face, like it's on the
Yeah,
Facebook
that's what I'm
page.
talking about. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting to. Is there anything you want to rant about, Alex?
let's see.
And like if you don't know the show, it can't be political. So like,
No, no,
okay,
no.
okay.
I don't want to bring any kind of thing political like here, but like on this, which of course I can talk about this. Like, what do you think about the two new consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X?
Oh,
What do you think about those two consoles?
well, have they released the prices for like the
The
like
PS5.
five
Let me see.
that you? Because like I remember people were talking like it was rumored to be like $800, but like that was never confirmed.
Because well, it says Sony hasn't released the. They said like they haven't released the price for it, but analyst predictions have placed the PS5 price in the region of like $499.
Are you
But
talking about Xbox or Microsoft?
I'm talking about the PlayStation, like the PS5.
That's the same price that like that people say for the Xbox. I mean,
Let me see
I
like let me
if
see like what the price would be for the Series X.
like that like they don't have a confirmed price either. But like what's crazy is I kind of wish I bought a PlayStation back in the day just
Mm-hmm.
for the simple fact that I knew so many more people that had a PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
now at Ball State and like back in high school that I wish I would have gone back and bought like a PlayStation 4, but
Yeah.
instead I bought an Xbox One.
Yeah, because especially because when I first bought my Xbox, then of course I wanted a PS4 because I especially like wanted like to try like the exclusives that like are not on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Like God of War and Until Dawn, and many others.
And so are you planning on buying either one of them?
I mean, but like I'm 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 yeah, I am actually planning on buying them. Like see like how they are, especially
Both of them?
yeah, both of them.
Oh, dang.
Because I want to look forward to the games that are like gonna be coming out, especially like that Spider-Man, like the Miles Morales one, and
Yeah.
then Resident Evil 8 Village.
Hmm.
I had so much fun playing Resident Evil 7.
But what's like crazy is like I'm getting to a point where like I'm slowly like less and less playing Xbox. So like I don't know if it's worth me putting in $450 plus each game. The only game I would want to buy is Madden 21 for
Mm-hmm.
this console. Like other than that, like until like MLB comes out, that's the only other one like I would willing to like consider buying.
Mm-hmm. But like, would you ever like consider like trying like PC gaming?
I don't have a PC. Like, I don't have like a PC like you have to where like I can play games on it. I have a MacBook.
Oh, but I mean,
So
if you were into like PC, like, would you ever like want to buy like a pre-built one? Like my for myself, like I have like a Alienware Aurora R7 like R6 or R7,
yeah.
or would you rather like build one yourself?
Well, I wouldn't know how to build it unless I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. So I would say probably pre-built ones, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure aren't pre-built ones pretty pricey?
Well, I mean, I know some people were telling me, oh, it's better like to build one because, well, for my PC, when I bought like my PC, I especially bought like a new monitor with it, especially like a new keyboard, like even like a desk and a gaming chair as well. Like spend like over like $3,000.
God damn. See, I'm not doing PC. Like, I'm sorry. Like, either like okay,
Well,
like
for Alienware, it's like they're like Alienware they're like more high price, so that's
yeah,
probably
like I
why.
get that, but even like the lower prices, whether like even if I build one, it's probably gonna be at least a grand, if not two.
Mm-hmm.
Like I paid $180 for my cut. Like I paid $180 to my cousin for the
Mm-hmm.
Xbox. Like it was like pre-owned through him. I
Mm-hmm.
bought it for $180. Haven't had a problem with it.
Yeah.
I've had so much fun with it. So like it's worth it there. But I don't know, spending $3,000 of my money is worth in my mind. I'm a cheapskate personally.
I know, cause like to me, like I always like want to save up my money,
Yeah.
but then of course with gaming, like the only thing I don't like about like how like this new gaming thing like with like Xbox and PS5 is like how much like games like taking up like storage onto that
Yep.
system. I wish it could have been like just still simple. Like the only thing I wish it could have still took storage was if you like buying like DLCs like for the game. Because like just like Xbox 360 and PS3, I'd rather like stick a game like in there and just play it, and just not like wait like hours for it to like install and like also update too as well. I'm like, oh my lord, I just want to play this game so bad.
And how like Microsoft and PS4 gets you is like every what like 10 years they come out with a new like console that like old games, not a lot of old games work on, and you have to buy the new console, new controllers, new games, new like it's just a ripoff in my opinion for like people to keep going from the PS2. I went from the PS2 to the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, and now they're coming out with the Series X, and it's just like I'm just tired of wasting money on it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand that, but then of course, trying to think also, and speaking said like about like gaming stuff, especially like before like 2015 with Xbox when they started like this backwards compatibility. Because I was like wondering like if they're gonna do that. Otherwise, if they're gonna like shut down like the whole Xbox 360 servers. I'm wondering. So like my games are now useless. Now I have to like sell those, and then just buy only Xbox One and PS4 games. But now since like they brought the backwards compatibility, but now they stopped doing the backwards compatibility because there's like only certain games that could be backwards compatibility on the Xbox. But now we have to wait for the Series X. So like see how that goes.
Like it's ridiculous. Like how many consoles are there? This will be like the sixth one.
I don't know because I know it went from because I know for Microsoft it just went from like Xbox, then Xbox 360, Xbox One. And now it's crazy. Somehow my Xbox just went on.
Well, and now you got the
just now. But then after that, then we got the Xbox S, and then the Project Scorpio, which is Xbox One X 4K.
Oh my god!
And but then now for like PlayStation, we had like PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and then PS4 Pro, and now PS5.
And don't forget, like Nintendo's like Switch is like booming. Like so many people have Switches. Like I don't have one. I know my brother has one, and I'm not very good at it, so I won't buy a Switch. But like it's crazy.
I mean, I don't have a Switch, and I just found out my brother has one. And I think like the cheapest like Switch to get is the light one, because like. I mean, because the only thing I'm afraid about is the on the Nintendo Switch is you know how like on the dock thing when you slide in that thing, because there's like a bunch of reports people having trouble with like where it's like scratches your screen, or some people putting like the like nunchuck thing like on like incorrectly on the controller, and they're like having trouble like getting off, and it's like getting stuck and all that.
What happened to the Wii? Like where has I? Because I still have one somewhere in my house. Like why don't people play that anymore? That like did you ever have a Wii?
I have a Wii. Then of course
yeah.
Then what's weird is they came out with the. What do you think about the Wii U though? That came out after that.
I don't have the Wii U. I do not.
But then also
see
like what's weird with like a Nintendo, like you know how like there's like a bunch of different types of like DS's, like DS, DSi, DS XL, 3DS, 2DS, or the new 3DS or new 2DS.
God. It's crazy. And what was so much fun about the Wii? Since you had it, did you have like the party games where you could do like sports like golf, bowling, tennis?
Oh yeah, I did have the one where like for the Wii it came with the game like where I got to do like golfing, boxing, tennis, baseball. Yeah, I had that one.
Oh, I was the best at bowling. You couldn't touch me on the bowling grounds.
I bet because me and my brother we were playing like against each other. Because I remember like when me and my parent the thing was for the Wii, like my parents, they got it for like me and my brother, and then the first games they gave us which was Mario Kart. Well, actually no, the Mario Kart came with it, but they bought him something like Mario or something, and they bought me Godzilla Unleashed for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Which of course I enjoyed that.
So I haven't played Mario Kart in a while, but the first time on the Switch I played it, like Mario Kart, if you don't know, is really transferable in how you play it. So like I almost got first in like the first time I played it, like against my like brother who's had a Switch and like my cousin who's had a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mario Kart's like super fun to play, like and I like figured out like it doesn't take like it's not too different from like the Wii like playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, cause especially cause I was cause like I said, cause I never played like the Switch, and like cause like I know a friend of mine, like her brother, she I played like I was like playing like Mario Kart on the Switch. I'm like wondering like how am I supposed to play on the Switch? Cause I thought like something different. It's so weird like with like playing like half like one side like a controller. I was like I'm so
Yeah.
confused how to play this.
Yeah. Yeah. The Switch is super confusing. That's why I'll never get one. But
Mm-hmm.
how I do every episode, Alex, what's an embarrassing story you can share with the people?
Um,
It can be from work, it can be from school, it can be as dumb as I don't know, like sleeping in through class. It can be as like big as doing as like climbing on top of a building, if that makes sense. Like, yeah.
I'm trying to think like what's in like an embarrassing story. Let me see.
Because I know you don't do anything illegal, so like,
No.
yeah, like that would.
Let me see what I could think of. Still thinking in my head right now.
You're all good. You can take it all the time you need.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only thing I could think of was when it like getting on a school bus when it was like raining like raining like very bad when I got on the bus, and of course the floors were slippery and like I like slipped, and of course there was like a bunch of people that like laughed too on the bus. I'm like, oh my god, I was like so embarrassed because like it was
uh,
like so slippery.
yeah. That's a good one. That kind of reminds me of kind of like I had a similar experience to where I don't even know what vacation. I've been on quite a few like I think it was probably Florida or some. We were staying at a like hotel and they had an outdoor pool. It was really nice one summer, and what me and my brother like to do, I don't know if you ever did this, Alex, is like perform different like things to like jump in the pool from like a cannonball to like act like walking the dog to like pretending like I'm throwing a touchdown or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like what? So like I tried walking the dog, like the blind man walking the dog. If you don't know what that is, like you
Mm-hmm.
pretend like you're blind walking the dog straight into the pool, like he's leading you into the pool. And
Yeah.
so like I had my eyes closed, and I went really fast, and I slipped, and I hit my head on the concrete as I was like
Ooh.
running, because like there's water around pool and one eye was super slippery,
Yeah.
and like there's people around and like my head was open a little bit. Yeah, like
Ooh.
that's probably the one that came to my mind.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it was, but I was fine. I didn't have to get any stitches or anything. I like it probably like it gave me a headache, but I sucked it up. I moved on. I
Mm-hmm.
lived. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to think if I because what's great like I like last week there's a lot of shit to break down, but I kind of covered it. I'm trying to think if there's so did you see on my Snapchat story what I posted?
Let me
You don't have to look it up if you haven't.
see.
It
Sam.
was yesterday.
Oh, it's about the Popeyes thing.
Yes.
I saw
So
that. Yes.
so as I was talking about like going to Popeyes earlier, so
Mm-hmm.
I drove there. Probably took like 30 minutes. I'm sitting in the parking lot. It's my AC in my car doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
Like I think like they told us it cost like $1,000 to fix my car. I wasn't about to pay
Whew.
$1,000 for my car. So like I had my window open, my sunglasses on, like chilling. Popeye's about to get that spicy chicken sandwich, which is super good.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the drive-thru right next to the door. The Popeyes in Greenwood's dining room is closed, so you can't go in there.
Yeah.
So a dude tries to open the door, gets obviously shut down because it's locked. Turns around. I'm just sitting, chilling in my car. I turn to face the guy. He walks by my car and slowly says, "Fuck him. Go to KFC. They have a better 10-piece anyway." And I'm just sitting there like, okay, cool. That was the dumbest shit that happened. I don't know, like I didn't conversate with the guy. He was just mad that he couldn't get into Popeyes. And if you like KFC, why didn't you drive to KFC?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, that shit was like fun. That I was cracking up in my car after he said that.
Cause I remember like now since you like said that, cause now like I remember like a funny story when I went to Walmart, like some like I was like around the electronics section where like some guy yelled like some I forget what was the name of like the phone service. It's kind of like it's like any kind of phone service like AT&T, but like it's something that he said I just forget. And he goes don't ever use that phone service. He like yells out, he goes, it sucks. And then the guy goes, okay, we'll note that.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know why. It's just the stupidest shit. Like, and I wasn't even there to get a 10-piece. I was there to get the spicy chicken sandwich, which in my opinion is 10 times better than Chick-fil-A. Shout out Popeyes, not sponsored, but shout out Popeyes for their. But like, so that just brought up an idea. What do you think of the customers that shop at Kroger?
I mean, I just hate it when like they're always like jerks to us. Cause I bet you've already heard the story when COVID started, like some customer Christmas, he goes, when are you gonna stock out some goddamn fucking toilet paper? I'm like I control like a stocking thing. I'm a picker. Even Jen was like standing right next to me, like she goes, well, tomorrow's 7 a.m. or like tomorrow's 7 a.m. He goes, well, I'll be here, even though we didn't open around that time.
Yeah. What's crazy is like all you should have said is complain to corporate then, like honestly, like what the thing I hate about Kroger customers when I walked in there, did you ever experience where like there would be like 10 people in an aisle and they would like block you in?
Oh yes.
That's the shit that like cracks me up, is people like block the aisles and like you're not supposed to get within 6 feet of us, but yet they have to get their goddamn bread or their goddamn what's another like pizza, and they're like they like, do you ever get that stare where they're not like saying anything but they're saying something, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
So like they're just like staring at you until you get out of their way, and it's just like bitch, I get paid to do this. What are you doing? You're like, it's just frustrating. It just frustrated me to no end.
Yeah. Then of course, like what's also frustrating, like how they don't follow the social distance. Where like they always come ask you, they're like, "Oh, I got a question." Like I always like when they always like come like closer, I always like back out. I'm like, "Well, first of all, social distance, buddy." Like have you closer.
Yeah, I super hate that. Like, get it? Like, I'm a person who doesn't like to be in. Like I don't like people to be in my business. If that makes sense.
You're an essential. Like you're putting your like life at risk.
Well, not only that, it's just like I don't like you and my like even before COVID, I didn't like people within like 3 feet of me.
Oh, because you're like claustrophobic, I believe.
Well, it's not claustrophobic thing, but I just don't want you in my space. Like we can have a nice conversation like 5 feet away. Yeah. We don't need to be this close. I don't know you. Like that's the funniest shit to me. Like I'm not like your family member. Why are you this close to me? Like they don't know where you've been and I don't know where you've been. So just step the fuck back. Yeah. Like, have you guys hired any new people back in ClickList?
I mean, Well, I mean, we just had a. I know we had a job fair a couple of days ago.
So
I
since
don't
I left, back in June, like how like estimate like how many? I'm just curious, like how many people have they hired?
like how many like new people.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Let me see. Maybe maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6. Actually,
Okay. I personally thought they would have like hired like 20 by now, personally. But
that's what
how,
that's
how's
what.
it?
But that's what we need though. Especially
Really?
that's what we need. Like especially like when these kids are like when they're going back to school.
Yeah. So how's it going with the new people? Is there any like has there been any like funny shit going on with them?
I mean,
You
there's
don't
like
have to name drop, but is there any like funny like shit that's going on?
well, I mean, not that I know of.
Oh damn! I thought there would be like some shit where somebody messed up an entire order or some shit like that. That would be that's just
Well,
what
I
I
mean, we
jumped
did
to.
like. Well, I mean, we did have one person who like puts like the wrong like tote in like puts like the wrong tote like in the wrong section.
So like if it's like C, they put it in A.
Yeah.
Oh my, bro! Can people not read the signs?
I
Like
mean, I understand like they're new hires, but like I can understand, but then like they just need to get like more like used to it.
but the thing says in bold font, Times New Roman or whatever shit that's font. It says C
Yeah.
or says B or says A, and then you go ahead, see that toe ticker. It says it's C in bold, size 92, and like you, oh, let's put this thing that belongs in A and C. It says C clearly, and there's it's just like irritating to me.
I know, cause like it was like frustrating. Like when we're like missing a tote, then I had to go like repick like the items for that tote. And
Yeah,
of course, that's when like customer has to wait long too.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other questions I have. So, are you gonna release a YouTube video today or?
That's what that's what I'm gonna do. Like after this podcast, it's where what the video is about is my dad since my like how my I said like a couple of days ago like my dad got to drive that black like Huracan Lamborghini. So like what
Yep.
they did was they gave him a USB like like to like record like his experience because like what in the video it shows like in the middle of the screen it has him and the instructor with him. And of course, in the front, like the very like main like big part of the video was like in the background. It shows like his like window dashboard, like it shows him where it's like where he's like going. But then lower in like the lower section it shows like his speedometer. Then in the upper corner it shows like like have you ever played like race car games where it like shows like the map like outline of like the racetrack. So
Yep.
it has that. And of course,
Okay.
I think like he got to do like 2 or 3 laps. Then of course he said like this like the speediest that he went up to, which was 120.
Damn.
I know.
Damn, that's fucking insane. So what do you what's your like? Do you have like a main focus for your YouTube channel, or is it just like whatever you want to put up that
I
day?
mean like, cause especially like for YouTube, like I just want to do like a bunch of stuff like unboxings, gaming videos, live streams. What else? Uh, someday like I want to try like I hope and like I want to someday want to do like fan mail in the future where I'm get like a PO box or something and then like get like fan mail and, like read out like what the fans said.
Yep. Have you ever thought about selling like apparel? Like you have like a catchphrase and then you put it like let's just say like your like YouTube logo on it or something like that.
I mean, cause I know like a friend of mine told me like I should make like because I did this on Amazon. I'm thinking about purchasing this like because I'm thinking about ordering like 6 of these face masks that has like in the back like like in my intro videos where it says like JEFF1. There's like some kind of like blue camouflage in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then of course I created like some for myself because like I made like I had someone like from different country like make this hat for me that says JEFF1, the man, the myth, and mostly the legend.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I respect that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I ever get big enough to where I have like average of like thousands of people listening, which I don't imagine anytime soon. Like I would definitely I think it would be definitely cool to like sell like apparel and whatnot. Like
Mm-hmm.
to just like why not? It's free money that way.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I think I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to touch on before I leave. Is there anything you want to talk about before
Let's
we end
see.
it?
Let me see. I can try to think. I can try to think of something.
Yeah. I mean,
Um.
because it's probably been a little bit over an hour now, so
Okay.
I don't really have a time limit for this podcast. I don't know if you've got to be anywhere soon, so like I just bring that up.
No, I mean I got free time today, so I'm fine.
Okay.
I mean, I could think of something else. I mean, um, are you, oh, I got one. Like, so, like, how you like? So, how's like these? Like, how are these podcasts doing? Like, are you trying to like make a future career, like for doing
Uh
podcasting?
I mean, I think it just depends right now. Like, no, but
Mm-hmm.
like, because right now my other one, which is kind of like the biggest one, is
Yeah.
averaging. Let me see the average audience over. Yeah, so the average audience on another one I do is like 55. So like, if it ever gets to a point where it's like 1,000 people, I would consider doing it. But like right now, it's like too small to, if that makes sense. Like this
Mm-hmm.
podcast, the I Can't Explain podcast, averages like 11. The straight up sports talk one I do is like, I think averages like 20 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would have to get a bigger audience. It's like you with your watch time, if
Yeah.
anything. You know what I mean?
But like, what do you like? What topics like do you do like on your like podcast? Do you talk about like sports and like
Uh
etc.?
so 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 if you don't know, like Ball State is part of the MAC conference. So the
Oh,
Mid
okay.
American Bandwagon podcast, I do like MAC sports, anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Like what?
I said, oh, okay.
So the straight up sports talk one is where me and like my buddy from Ball State just talk about sports. Like this is probably the only podcast I have, yeah, that is like non-sports related, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love talking to them about sports. Like I hope I can do that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, this is just like a hobby, like kind of what you've got going on.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But like, what about like, especially like for like, what if like Ball State had like what if you like talk about like on your like podcast like if Ball State like had like events coming up. Let's just say if we did not have COVID or this pandemic thing, because I know like one time I went to Ball State with my brother, like they had like the fair coming like around.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. And of
yeah.
course, then it got like something going on like fundraisers or like having like a festival or something.
Uh, I the only like I would touch on it like here, but like my other podcast is like sports, like Ball State sport, like the straight up sports
Mm-hmm.
talk. We touch on mostly Ball State because that's what we like. But if there's no Ball State, we go to like Colts, Pacers, whatnot. Like the Mid American Bandwagon is just strictly like max sports, so it could be like any sport, any like news, if that makes sense. It's
Mm-hmm.
like anything related in sports in the Mid American Conference. Like this week, we put up a bracket of like the best like mascots in the Mid American, and
Mm-hmm.
like right now, like our top poll has like over 300 votes right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're slowly, I'm slowly getting there, slowly grinding my way to the top, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And like have you already started school already or
Not yet. The
not yet?
24th is my classes start.
Okay. Cuz I was wondering
Yeah.
because like I wondering like is Ball State like ever going to have like any sports due to this COVID thing?
The conference that Ball State is a part of, they just announced recently that the fall 2020 fall like sports, which is like what
Mhm.
football and all is, like canceled.
Oh
Like
wow.
So yeah, so winter sports hopefully will still be on, but for right now, like fall is like done for.
I mean,
So yeah.
I'm just hoping like this like whole COVID thing is over with. Like I
Oh,
said.
bro, you don't know how much like I've been waiting for this COVID thing to be over. Two of my concerts got canceled. Like I got sent home from college, which I was having a blast for.
I
Got sent
know.
home early. Like fuck COVID.
But now like also because also like when also Indy five when Indy 500 was supposed to be in May, but then it got delayed to August. But now we're in August now. Now they announced now they can't. There's not gonna be they're not gonna have like any fans like in the
But
Indy 500.
were you planning on going to the Indy 500?
I never went to like Indy
See, neither
500
have I.
ever, but I always like watch it on TV. But like what sucks is
Yeah.
like there's like no like gonna be like no fans there. There's just only gonna be cars.
Yeah. I mean, but what are you gonna do? What can you do?
There's nothing I can do. But
But
then but
second, go ahead.
But then, of course, then now people are gonna be mad, and then they're gonna start, like protesting and all that stuff. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
they're just gonna make it worse.
Second semester, if like Ball State, which I imagine will happen, we get sent home from school or whatever.
Mhm.
Second semester, I'm hoping to like just take a trip somewhere,
Mhm.
just like because honestly, like I've been home since March right now, so it's March,
Yeah.
April, May, June, July, August. So I've been home for 6 months now.
Mhm.
If I have to be home for another 6 months with my like family, who I love, obviously, but like I don't know, I need some space if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I want to take a trip with some friends somewhere or whatever and just like leave because like if we have to do online classes I can do it from wherever I'm staying if that makes sense and then like I just need to take a trip somewhere if I have to come back.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Well, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. I'm trying to think if there's anything left to talk about here. Alex, what's your, I'll let you shout out your YouTube. Your Yeah.
Okay. Well, like this is how like we're gonna end the podcast.
No, like I'll like wrap it up, but like I'm just like I'll let you shout out your thing before I
Okay.
wrap it up.
All right. I'll let my fans know. Like I'm gonna end the stream though. So give me a second.
Okay, you're all good.
Alrighty. And mute that. All right, guys, and that's gonna be it today for this live stream. I'm so glad I got to join this podcast by my good old friend Sam, which of course I'm very honored to do this podcast because my first time ever doing this podcast. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for like watching the stream. If you like the stream, want to see more like this, or maybe next time I'll do like another list of JEFF1. Don't forget that I'm at my Xbox gamer tag, which is at JEFF1, but my PlayStation gamer tag, my Steam gamer tag, and my Twitch channel Super Bowl Possum 23. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, Twitter, which is at JEFF1, but both Instagram and Snapchat is Alex_level10. My TikTok is at J_E_F_F_1, which pronounces JEFF1. And most of all, don't forget to like, subscribe to Go About JEFF1 on YouTube. You guys have a wonderful day.